Hello everyone, I welcome you back to today's tutorial. In today's video, we're going to be cutting a short pant with a top. Let's proceed to that short pant. Then I mark out my short pants measurements. I mean the length of my desired shorts. We can actually call it a trouser, but we are going to say a short trouser. Then I proceeded in adding 1 inch for the seam allowance, which is which you can add 1.5 if you want, if you have excess fabric. I think 1 inches is okay. Then I ruled that out. I proceeded in marking my hip line. For an average height, I think 9 inches is okay, but if you are not too tall, you can use 8.5. But in this tutorial, we're going to be using 9 inches, which I already marked out. After then, I proceeded in marking my crotch line, which is 11.5. Then I ruled out. That's my waist. That's my waist, my hip, then my crotch line, and the actual short length. After that, I come inside with 1 inches just to give us that hip shape. Then I join it with my hip line just like that. After that, I proceeded in doing the same thing to the down parts of my shorts, then joining it to the crotch line towards my hip line like that. I proceeded in marking how my hip measurement divided by 4 plus 2-inch sewing allowance to my crotch line. That would be my lapse measurement divided by 2 plus 1.5 seam allowance. We might add 2 inches, we might add 2.5, but 1.5 is okay for me. Then to the round of my trouser, which I place 11 inches, which is okay for me. You can just measure your own and place the actual measurement you get. This is how you're going to be shaping your crotch area like this. Then I proceeded in marking my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 2-inch allowance. Then I join the line together like so. I'm just trying to roll it out so that we can see it properly. Then we are going to cut. And for that part too, we are going to cut it out. For a normal crotch area for an adult, I think 13 inches is enough. Then I proceeded in marking my back part like this. For this, we are just going to add some allowances to it for our ease, so that when we wear our trouser, there won't be any discomfort. That is the reason we always add these allowances to it. Then I proceeded in adding 1-inch allowance to that side. Coming up here, I'm going to be raising that side by 1-inch allowance. Then you're going to be seeing I'm going to be joining everything together. I'm going to be slanting it towards my waist line like that. Then at this side, I'm just going to be adding 1/2-inch allowance throughout. The allowances is very important if you are cutting a short pant or any kind of trouser. Then we are done cutting. For the top, your top shouldn't exceed your waist because it's a short top. My waist line from my shoulder to my waist is 16, then I added 2-inch allowance, which makes it 18 inches. I proceeded in marking my back. My back is 7.5. I added 1 inch allowance to it because it's not actually on my back, it is in my back a little. Then I proceeded in marking my armhole, coming down by 8 in order to get the curve like that. To my bust point, which is 9.5, then I placed my bust measurement there plus 2.5 inch sewing allowance. Then I'm going to be marking that throughout the actual top length because the waist is not tight, so I'm going to be placing 11.5 throughout the top length like that. For the neckline, I'm going to be using for my width 3.5, the same thing for the depth 3.5, and I'm going to cuff it like so because the neck is not as wide, it's not wide at all. Then for my slope area, I'm going to be coming by 1 inch, then slanting it to my neckline like that. Then let's cut the back part. For the back part, I will advise you to use our invisible zip for the zipper side. Then I'm just going to be adding 1 inch for the zipper area. Then I'm going to cut. If you want me to drop a sewing tutorial on how I get this together, I want you to drop a comment down below, and I'm going to be doing that right away. For the back part, the neck is just going to be like this because it's not a wide neck. I will just come down by 1.5, then shape it like so, then cut my zipper into 2. For this dress, I'm not going to be putting a lining to it. I'm just going to be placing a facing in order to turn my rough edges inside, and that is the facing that I'm cutting. I'm just going to place it like that. I'm going to stitch it, turn it inward, and use needle and thread to hem it. You're not going to top stitch at all. Then for the down part, we are still going to be putting that inside after we might have joined everything together. That's it for the front. Then for the back, we are going to cut the same thing. The facing is going to be different because it's a back. It's going to have a 4-corner shape for the back facing. I'm going to be cutting that into 2 because it's separate already. Then placing each for each side. Moving down to the sleeve, this is the exact way I'm going to be drafting my sleeve, coming down by 3 inches like that. For this sleeve, the sleeve is not tight, so I'm going to be adding 2-inch additional to my round sleeve. My round sleeve is 7, then I'm going to be marking 8.5 for the round sleeve. Sorry, that's 1.5 allowance. But you might actually add 2 inches because it's not a tight sleeve. Then I'm going to be marking the actual length, which is 11, which is 10 plus 1 inch seam allowance, which makes it 11. Then I'm going to cut. This one, I'm going to be cutting the other one, and to mix it 2. I'm going to launch that 1 inch so that when I want to sew, I will just sew it easy. That's 1 inch I'm going to be folding in and cutting the second sleeve out. There's that shape. notches at the center, notches at that place too. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like, share, subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family. Thank you for watching. Bye. Thank you.